decided not to vlog on our last day. We wanted to get lots of pictures and we decided to get some more snacks as well. So enjoy this little montage of our last morning. What merch you got when you went on a Disney trip. We actually didn't get a lot. There wasn't actually as much as I wanted there to be. I always find that the DLP merch isn't quite what I'm looking for, but we did manage to get two things, so I'll show you them now. The first one are these little bowls. You can see that you get 4 in a packet. Some are Minnie with her little bow on and some are Mickey. And you get pink, blue, that's yellow. Oh, just dropped that one. Yellow and red. So they're a really good size for ice cream, dessert, anything like that. And they weren't actually too expensive. I can't remember, I've taken the package off, so I can't remember the exact price, but I think they were €15 from working it out where I've written it down. They weren't actually a too bad a price, I don't think. So that's why we got those. And then the second thing that you saw was the little string lights. Now I did want to get 2 of these, but I did think they were a little bit expensive. They were €25 and you only get 10. So they are super, super cute. Let me open it up and I'll show you. So this is what they look like. The little lights, and they're a bit like Moroccan lanterns, aren't they? They're super cute. That's probably why I like them, to be fair. They had them in silver and in gold. All of our Christmas stuff is gold based, so I decided to go with that. But yeah, that's why I only got 1 packet instead of 2, because I did think they were a little bit expensive, but they are super, super cute. And whilst we are sitting and chatting about the trip, I thought I would go through and let you know what we paid for everything, for the hotel, for the Eurostar, for our tickets, etc., and how we booked everything, because I know I've had quite a few questions about that already, so I thought I would go through it. So if I'm looking down, it's because I have my computer with me. We stayed, I mentioned it in the travel day vlog, that we stayed at the Campanale. That is a good neighbour hotel. You can walk from there. It takes about 25 minutes to get you to Disney Village, and then obviously you have to do the little walk from there as well. But it was walkable. They do have the shuttle buses. Sometimes the shuttle buses go pick you up first, sometimes they pick you up last. It just depends. We never really figured out which way round it was or what timings, because we weren't using them too often. But we stayed for 2 nights and I showed you around the room, and it was pretty basic. There was obviously no Disney touches or anything in there, subtle or anything. It was just a basic room, but it did what it needed to. We paid £158.92 for those 2 nights, and we arrived on a Sunday, so we had a Sunday night and a Monday night that we stayed there. For us this trip, we had to go on the Eurostar. I did look at the Eurotunnel, so to go across on the ferry, and I also looked at flights and things, but because we had to get back on the Tuesday and be in London to get back to work in the evening on Tuesday evening, it meant that we needed to get the Eurostar, because then it took the least amount of time for us, and then we ended in London, and it meant that we could go straight on to work. So for ease for us this time, we decided to go with the Eurostar. On the Sunday, they do the direct route all the way through, but on a Tuesday, they never did a direct route anyway, so we did have to go back to Lille and then get the Eurostar. So that was a TGV train to Lille, and then it was the Eurostar from Lille through to St Pancras. So there was a change there. The change is really easy, which is good to know, I guess, because they are taking out the direct route on any day, so there isn't going to be a direct route from St Pancras to Disneyland Paris, so you will have to do the Lille change. But as I say, it is super simple and it's really signposted. I've been going to Disneyland Paris for years, and we always used to do the change because it was cheaper and there was never any signposts. So and I'm terrible at speaking languages, I just can't pick them up, and I find it really, really difficult. So I always relied on my friends, and there was no signs or anything, but now there's massive signs telling you exactly where to go. So it is really easy if you do, like when we all do need to do that change, so that'll be absolutely fine. So for the Eurostar, I managed to use our Virgin points. We have the Virgin Money credit card, and every time that you spend on that, you get points with them. We've done a few flights as well, so we have got a few points, not enough to get us any flights or anything at the moment, and we decided, actually, let's give it a go, it'll make it a little bit cheaper. So for 2 adults, a direct trip on the way on the Sunday and then an indirect trip on the Tuesday on the way home was £238.30. Our tickets to get into the parks, I looked absolutely everywhere for these, and because we were trying to do it as a budget trip, I wanted to see if I could find the cheapest ones possible. The cheapest that I could find was attractiontickets.com, and they came up for 2 of us for a 3-day 2 parks. So that means you can park hop every single day on the Sunday, on the Monday and the Tuesday. We got that for £368 for 2. I do feel like Disneyland Paris tickets are quite expensive. If you look at them in comparison to Walt Disney World ticket prices, I do feel like it's expensive because there is only 2 parks, but that's the price that it is, I guess, and we have to go with. But yeah, £368 for 2 tickets, 3 days, 2 parks. So one morning got an Uber, and that cost us £10.41, and that was, as I say, it's the Good Neighbour, so it's not too far at all. It's probably no more than a 10-minute drive, but it was really busy with traffic, so yeah, it took us a little bit more time, I guess, probably about 15 minutes with traffic. So yeah, £10.41 for 1 Uber in the morning. The merch that I just showed you cost £35.45p, and that was for those 2 items, so the Mickey lights that were €25 and the bowls that were €15. And lastly, food. So in total, we paid £181.51p for food. We actually didn't eat a ton of stuff whilst we were there because we found the food really, really difficult and it wasn't great, and the things that we were buying weren't the greatest either. I really dislike that you can't buy individual things. When you go in to a quick service, you have to get a meal. That might be great for other people, but for myself, I like to be able to pick and choose the things that I want, and it might be that we just want to have a little bit here and then we'll go somewhere else and get something else. So yeah, for me, I found the food was not great at all. So that price includes everything that we had on Sunday, including our prep breakfast, and we also bought lunch for on the train, and then we had dinner at Hakuna Matata. It looked absolutely nothing like it did in the pictures, and it was okay, but it really wasn't a good quality, not Disney quality food that we know, because we all know that Disney does some amazing food in both Disneyland and Walt Disney World. And it isn't just about chicken nuggets and chips, don't get me wrong, I love eating those things there as well, but the food at Paris is quite poor in my opinion. Now, we tried to get some of the Halloween snacks and we also found that really difficult. We ended up getting one that you would have seen a picture of, which was the shortcake tomb outside Phantom Manor. That was 2 pieces of shortcake with Nutella in the middle of it. That was really nice. But we also tried to get a crispy treat that was a pumpkin that they had. Nowhere had it, and they were advertising it saying that, oh, it's at this cart in Frontierland, but none of the carts had it. We went on every day. We asked every day that we were there, and every time they said that they didn't have it. So that was super frustrating. Victoria's also had some stuff in there, but we didn't manage to get in there either because it was closed every time that we were there, unfortunately. We actually ate at Casey's twice. We ended up getting chicken nuggets and chips whilst we were watching the parade. We did also on the next day get a hot dog from Casey's as well, and that was okay. We went to Vapiano for dinner on our second night, so on Monday night, and we had pasta and a garlic bread, which you'll have seen as well. That was really nice, to be fair. We also got the 30th Madeleine, which was a fairly large cake, actually. You'll have seen it in the last vlog, and it had a little Mickey 30 on it. I really like cake, and it was actually really nice. Rory's not a massive cake fan, but he quite liked it as well, so that's saying something. But yeah, we got that as well. So drum roll. In total, for our whole trip, we paid £1,035.49. That does include our £64.50 discount that we did get back from the Eurostar for it being delayed. So overall, for a 2-night trip, it was £1,000 for 2 adults. I do feel that is a little bit on the expensive side. I know Disney has gone up in price, but being from the UK and travelling only to Paris, to France, it's right next door. I do feel like it should be a little bit cheaper, but I do find that Disneyland Paris is a little bit more expensive. We always tend to book everything individually, and we always do everything online. We feel it makes it a little bit easier for us, but hopefully that will have given you some idea of where we booked things, how much things cost. As I say, we were trying to do a budget trip and it was about £500 each. I hope you enjoyed watching our first vlogs. If you did, please like and subscribe, hit the bell so you will get notified when all of our new vlogs come up, and fingers crossed, soon we'll be vlogging another trip for you. Bye!